Hello YouTube, this is Example and welcome back to the Battle Castle series. This is episode number 4 I believe, and I've done a little bit of work off camera as you might have seen. We've just been putting in some detail here, so I'm just going to go through that quickly with you. Now in the corners, we're not really sure what we're going to put in here, but I decided that since they're quite tight and tiny, they'll be quite good for storage areas. So we've just got a couple of chests, nothing in them. You know, just standard storage with a little workbench here where you can do a bit much stuff. Now, for the lighting, this guy. For the lighting, what I've decided to do is use the old item frame with a half slab and a torch, and I think these look really nice in here. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this decoration stuff in here, and as I walk around I'll sort of explain what I've been doing. So I wanted to put some beams in. Basically these are structural, and the structural beams are really holding up the floor above, and so there's going to be these beams go all the way up on the next level as well. So just quickly having a look outside here, we just extended the entrance a little bit here. We've got our derpy spiders and creepers and things. Actually, let's just get rid of those guys because, you know, they don't need to be here, do they? Not at all. There we go. See ya! And I suppose my zombie, which I had in here, is gone too. Yep, alright. See you later. Okay, so we've got some structural timbers, which I think sort of add to the whole atmosphere of this place and give it some kind of detail. So we're heading through here. This is our main doorway. We've got nice beams, solid beams going across here, and intersecting the corners, and we're going to put some more chests and things in here. So each of these corners is going to be the same, kind of like a little armory type thing going on there. And so I've added some torches around the place, so we just need to swap these out. I had, you know, the old standard torch on a fence post, but hey, we can be a little bit more sophisticated than that in our castles, right? Yeah. So we're going to put in some of these around the place. Really simple, really effective and simple, and that's what we like. And here we go. So I really wanted to do this all on camera, but I just wanted to play around with some ideas, just because, you know, I can build something and then take it down, and I thought that might be a little bit too derpy for you all to watch. But then again, maybe you do want to see me do that. Maybe you want to see me go through the thought process a little bit more. If so, just let me know in the comments below this video. So we've got one more to go over here. Let's do that now. So while it's raining, and before I forget, I just want to show you what I've done here. I've done this little ditch, and it's just a little detail which I think makes a difference. Now you probably never know what it's for unless I explain to you what it's for. When it rains, the water comes down and it's got to go somewhere, so it goes into my ditch and runs away from the building, and that's pretty much it. It just adds another little level of detail, which is just, you know, you see it out of the corner of your eye. Doesn't really mean anything, but it looks a lot better than just straight flat cobble going into that that main structure there. So sorry, the keep. I should really use the right name, the keep. Yeah, so just little details like this I like, and I'm gonna incorporate this into a lot of my builds. So there we have it. So we've got water running down into there. That looks really nice. So the keep now goes quite a ways up. I don't think I've quite got to the full height yet, but it's a rather large structure. And if you go in here and you look up, it's quite large. And so might actually do a few floors, maybe just one or two. Maybe have like a seat here and a table here. You know, just to sign that treaty, also the surrender documents, whatever. So let's just keep chipping away at our castle. So I don't know, what do you think? What do you think of this so far? I think it looks quite nice. I think that the details we've got going on in here sort of complement the castle quite a bit. And looking from the outside now, now that we're starting to put light in, it's actually really good. It looks great from a distance. It looks like a really decent castle. It's looking solid now, where before you could tell it's an empty shell. Alright, so I think we're almost on it. Here we go, we've got a few more to go here. So I want to actually complete this floor and then move up to the next one. Now one thing I need to work on is actually how long these episodes go for. The last episode I think I was pushing, actually I don't know yet, but I think I might be pushing about 40 minutes. I know that the footage I got is at least 45 minutes, and that's kind of a little bit too long, I think. I really want to keep them below 30. 30 is a maximum, and I really don't want to go over that. Just mainly it's for you guys, because you know I know what it's like not to have a lot of bandwidth, and I've been there, so I'd really like to make them small enough that you know they're watchable, downloadable, whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, so where else do we need these torches? We've got one there, some in the corner. One here, I need one here. And so what I decided to do is I just wanted to test this out, and I've put ladders up to the floor, next floor here. And the reason being is that stairs are cool, but let's say I need to get up here in a hurry and I've had too many ales and the enemy's coming and I need to get up and fire some arrows. Maybe it'd fall off there if I had too many ales, who knows. But you know, it's just that I just wanted to make sure that everybody can scramble in their own way to the next level to fight off the enemy. So we've got another ladder here which will make our way up to the top here. And I think that's probably a good idea to do, just on those side bits. So I'm not going to do it on the entrance side, or this front side here. It's the front side? No, this is the entrance side there. Okay, finally the rain has stopped. Maybe I should just toggle that off. I actually quite enjoy a rainstorm every now and then. Right, for some reason my nose is starting to get blocked, and I'm not sure why that is. We are still in summer and I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so here's the floor that we laid down in our last episode, and the detailing down below, I'm really happy with that. I think that looks really nice. Really looks like a nice compact type structured castle. Yep, so we're digging that, we're liking that. And what else do we need to do down here? Not really much more apart from decorate inside here. I suppose we need some lighting in here, so maybe we can lay down a few torches, maybe 4's enough. But I'm kind of thinking that if I do have a multi-level floor here, I want to be putting maybe I'll just do a ladder. Ladders might be easier, I think. Easier to do in here. And you might be able to hear some noise behind me. That's just people moving about in the house. So there we go, got some light in here now. And if I was going to do a floor, I'd probably do it a lot higher than the internal ones. Maybe just poke a hole. Yeah, it'd definitely be a lot higher. It might even be 2 floors high, because I want this to be kind of a grand space, even though it's not really, it doesn't really have a purpose apart from being the final hiding place, which really is depressing. I think if you found yourself in here, you just wouldn't be having a very good day. Let's put it that way. Alright, so let's start on the next floor. Now, I was just wondering if I should do a time lapse, start doing time lapses of these sorts of things. It might make this these episodes a little bit more interesting, instead of me placing every single block, but then and you wouldn't see what I'm up to. So I'm not really sure. I'm still not really sure how the format of this series is going to work. However, I'm just going to keep doing this until I start getting some feedback. At the moment, I'm not getting any feedback because the comments don't exist yet. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg scenario. What came first, the egg or the chicken? Can you have a chicken without an egg? And that's the sort of deal I'm having to face right now. I can't read your comments because there's no video up yet. So for all intents and purposes, this video does not exist, and the comments do not exist either. So I'm sort of going by the seat of my pants and guessing what you want to see right now. Look at that sun. Is it going down or up? Can't tell. Oh, she's going down. So I might actually do something about that shortly. Make it magically day again. Yeah, like I said before, I'm actually really enjoying this build. I really like this. It's kind of really nice, easy, no stress, just being creative. And that's what one thing I like about Minecraft, is that you can actually be very, very creative. If you choose to, you know, take a little break from the mundane running from creepers and zombies and skeletons and fending and sort of working the fields to, you know, get enough food to survive, you know, you can just come into creative mode and just sort of muck around and build something different. And yeah, I really like it. You know, a lot of people might say, oh, what you doing in creative mode, but you know, try it. Just try it sometime. I'm sorry how derpy the mouse movement is. It's because I don't actually have one, and I'm using the touchpad, and it's not very controllable. You know, touch screens have their places, touch surfaces have their places, but I don't think in Minecraft they're actually really any good, because you can't, you know, get those smooth movements when you're using the touchpad for clicking and moving. Yes. Okay, so it's night time. Let's change that. Time, set, day. I'm also not sure how much hard drive space I have on this machine. It's only got a 500 gigabyte drive for everything. It's just a really, you know, budget Apple notebook really. So even though it's a MacBook Pro, it's not very pro, I don't think. So yep, another floor, another level, and we should be really picking up a bit of speed here. I haven't started a timer, so I don't know how long we've been going for. I'm not sure how long this is going to go for. So every now and then I might stop the video and check for how much time I've got left. And I really should do that very soon. And then hopefully we don't go over 30 minutes. Yeah, so what do you think so far, guys? Guys and girls, because I know girls watch this stuff too. And some of those what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think I'll just start somewhere different. So I've been thinking a little bit more about houses and things inside the complex, let's say. So I'm going to have a, you know, it'd be really cool if we did have horses, because then we could build a stable. But we're going to have to build some kind of barn, I guess. We're going to have to call it a barn, not a stable, for the cows, the pigs, the sheep. I fell down. I fell down in creative mode. Just somewhere, I don't know, somewhere just outside there. Within the walls, of course. It will not be inside the castle, that's for sure, because that's not what we want. But I guess if things would die, you definitely bring in some animals to try and have some kind of food to last you a little while. Yep. Yeah, so what about a dungeon? Well, I'm really not wanting to build anything too hard out as a dungeon sort of deal. Possibly, I don't know, maybe a couple of cells down a flight of stairs or something, because that's not really what I want to focus on. I mean, if you want to download this map and, you know, build a bunch of dungeons, that's fine, you know, go ahead, do that, because that's something that you can do. But I'm not sure I want to spend ages sort of building dungeons when I really want to focus on the fortifications, the look of the castle, the interior decor sort of thing, you know, little bits and pieces. Yeah, but this is actually quite a big build in itself, and I actually enjoy making big things, especially when you don't have to gather these resources. It's kind of more fun, I guess, being able to just use whatever you want and break it and replace it, you know, trying to find that balance. But yeah. Okay, what's next, guys? What's next? So we've got that floor down. We really need to go down and decorate the internals, and we need to also put in the stairs going up. Not that they're really necessary right now, but definitely we need to put these structural beams in. Now there's one here, I believe. There's one coming down. Nope. Coming down like that. Actually, there's one going across this way. Oops. Yeah, all the way. These crisscross. Oop, don't go in there. No, not in there. Yep, like so. And there's some coming this way, so these crisscross. No, really these aren't necessary for me to put in, but you know, structurally, if you build a building in Minecraft, it's kind of cool to actually think about how the structure would stand up under its own weight. And you know, if there were more physics involved in this game, which said actually you can't place a fence gate in midair without being on something, you know, then you'd need to think about how you'd support that fence gate. For example, I mean, it's a bad sort of, there's actually a bad example using a fence gate in midair, because who would do that anyway? But you know, if this wooden floor would bend because it doesn't have any structural support, then we'd need to put some of these things in, and that's what I'm doing now. So they're like that, and like that, and like that, and so now we've got some kind of structure to our wall. And you know, brick walls by themselves, I don't think they'd stand up anyway. They kind of need some kind of other structural things which tie it together. And so that's what we're kind of working on here. Also, can't remember if no, so I'm going to do this. Now, I don't think that would actually necessarily work, because you definitely need to notch these beams, but we can't notch them, so that's the best I'm going to get out of it. And then we've got another one here, do we? What have I done? Yeah, so that's right. So we've got one here, which just happens to go through there, right? Okay. And like so, and then we just join these together, and then we've got to, let's see, what have we got here? Okay, so that's all sweet over there. Then we've got some more coming down in this way, like so. Yep, and we've got another one here. Make sure we put these in. Just kind of now it kind of makes it look like it's holding up the floor where before it wasn't really. Now moving on to, yep, so we're going to continue this beam through like so, and then this one like so. These floors are going to be pretty much the same all the way up, same kind of oops, I mean I could do that, but I decided against doing that for some reason, because it didn't seem like it worked. It didn't look that great. Okay, so another one there. Don't forget that one. Yeah, so I keep forgetting to do this sort of stuff, so I'll go around afterwards and look at everything and make sure that, you know, I've got all the same kind of deal happening here. The same deal, man, same deal. So yeah, I think, you know, I'd quite like to see your castles and what you've been doing. If you've built some of your own, then I'd quite like to see at least an image or something. So you could send me a link or something like that. It'd be probably better to send images rather than word downloads, because I'm not gonna spend time opening up and setting up word downloads just to look at castles and things like that. But yeah, if you send images or something like that, that'd be quite cool. Quite like to see what you're up to and what you've done, and see if there's anything I can incorporate into mine. Since you're looking at mine, that'd be quite cool. And just see what you're up to. That'd be quite nice indeed. So I need some here. And here. Now I was trying to think about some kind of barrack, some place to sleep, and I was thinking maybe probably near the top here I'll probably put some barracks. So I wasn't quite sure if I was going to do this right to the very top, and I think I will, but then it kind of doesn't leave me a lot of room for barracks and things like that. They're going to be really cramped, tight quarters, and they'll be pretty much constricting my movements through the floors here. So I was really trying to sort of work out how that was going to work, but still thinking about that. Oops, dropped right through the floors. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. It's pretty much the same setup as below, so we just need to add our lamps and things, and I think I might do that off camera, because you've seen me do this already. I'll just do a couple more, just for those of you who just chimed in halfway through or skipping ahead of the video to see if it's any good. This is how I'm making my lights. I think it looks really cool. It kind of gives the you know, the item frames sort of make it look a little different, and gives us something to mount our lights on to through like that half slab there. So I kind of really like that deal. I like it, quite like that a lot. And that's how our lighting's going to be. And yeah, looking nice. And of course, if you like this kind of thing, and you know you're in creative and you're doing some kind of crazy build, you can actually use, well, yeah, I thought you could. Yeah, that doesn't look that great, does it? I thought the skeleton heads would be sticking out a little bit more than that. Obviously not. They're actually quite flat. Alright, I'll take that back. Might edit that bit out. Alright, so I'm just going to take a look at the time and continue on with putting these lights in. And when I've done the lights, I'll actually get back and then if there's any time left I will do a little bit more. Maybe I might just go for a walk outside and show you what it looks like from outside, and maybe just talk about where the walls are going to go probably, and maybe mark a bit of that out. But then I think that might be it for this episode, because building like this, even though we're in creative and we're moving on pretty quickly, actually still takes a bit of time, and you don't have all the time in the world to sit down and watch a big long video. Alright, so I'm just going to check the time. Alright, so we've got 5 minutes to go, so let's quickly go outside and, am I flying? And have a look from outside here at this awesome castle build. So let's just drop down now. Look at that. It's starting to look really nice. So we've got a bit of light happening. The lighting happening there. Looking more like a real castle with being occupied. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a lot. Quite a lot. I was going to say quite a lit. What does that mean? Yeah, very nice, very nice. So let's quickly just take a look at our wall situation here. So we've got a really easy way to get into the castle here, and these are the places which would be probably the most sought after entrances for, you know, the enemy to sort of try and work out how to get into. If we get a little bit higher, let's take a little look at the contours of this land here. Now we've got kind of a really steep bank here, so I'm kind of thinking I kind of want to follow this sort of lay of the land, do kind of like a wedge here, like a wedged wall. I want to encompass this gate here, which is going to be a gate, and there's a bit of a cave here which isn't really going to be very helpful, but we'll fill it in I think. So I'm looking at probably doing something like this. Let's say that this is where the wall is going to start. Probably come out this way, probably do about there I guess, and yeah, it's probably going to work. And then we're going to follow, let's see, where are we going to end up if we go this way. Gonna have to go out to about here I think for this to work right, and then I'm just going to go back down here. Yep, I'm gonna have to destroy that tree. I was really hoping to leave that tree there, but it's going to be in the way. Yep, so bring the wall through here. Oops, I think I've gone astray. Have I? No. Okay. Didn't really want to go straight into that. Actually, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay for the first wall. We are going to do a second one, and the second one's probably going to be further down, and probably encompass this area. Out to maybe actually cut across here, maybe at a 45. So really just sort of roughly marking out these sort of walls. Yeah, well, that might work. That might work. And so this wall is going to come across. I think I really need to start it from this side, and I think I want to have it sort of start here. Come across. So derpy, apologise profusely about how derpy this movement is. All the way through here, so we're going to build this wall all the way down. Okay, come up here and join up to this. So I think that would be one wall. Yeah, well, I'll think about that a little bit. Anyway, this is the end of this episode, so we're just sort of, trying a few things. I'd quite like it to be, like a V, but because of the way this hill is, I'm pretty sure that we just need to follow the contours and not really be too fancy, because I really don't have really too much I can do with that. And so this other wall would just pretty much just follow this and go all the way up and be squared off, and sort of come up over that way, and then sort of go around here, and then probably end up sort of pretty much on the edge of the shear face here. So probably end up building the wall out this way and following this sort of line back, and that would give us a double wall, bit of gap here. Yeah, so I kind of think I need to think about this wall here, because I really wanted it to come out a bit further and maybe be where this wall is, so I might actually have to bring this out a few more blocks and go down the side of the castle there. Alright, so this is example. This is Battle Castle, episode number 4. This is the Hillview Castle, and I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. And we've got plenty of work to do. So we're just thinking about doing the walls. We've been doing some interior. We're going to do a bit more interior. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, please hit the like button and also subscribe so you won't miss any. We're going to be doing a lot of castles eventually. This is the first of many. And yeah, so comment as well if you have any ideas or think I've done something that doesn't quite make sense. But go easy and be nice, because this is a fun thing to do, and doing this for entertainment, not just for the sake of it, just for entertainment. And yes, I really hope you've enjoyed it. So this is an example, and I'm out of here, and I'll catch you later. See ya.